Earlier this year, back in February, before COVID-19 went down, I had a major blunder while applying for a job at a private high school. What had happened was that there were several rounds of interviews, and I was doing pretty well. One day, one of the, I think it was a human resource person, wanted to talk to me over Zoom. And at the time, I was living with roommates, and I thought this was on a Wednesday afternoon, or a weekday anyhow. And I thought I would go to the local library, the Bellevue King County Library System. I have a favorite place to sit down. I would be surrounded by people I know, where I felt comfortable. I spent a lot of time there. And the lighting was a lot better than my apartment. There was a lot less mess there to make that Zoom call. And so I headed to the library. It was pretty second nature to me. I'd go there a lot to meet with people, or to as long as it's not too noisy, it's going to be fine. And this is a Wednesday afternoon, so I felt pretty okay about it. I'll let you pause the video to think about why that was a mistake. Okay, I get to the library. It's pretty quiet. The problem is that the person conducting the interview wanted to ask me some questions that I felt uncomfortable speaking around the people in the library. And I still tried my best to answer them, but it felt like a barrier to answering, especially when I was looking around to see who was seeing me, and because people know me there. I think the human resources person wanted to know what kind of conflicts I had with previous bosses. And because I'm going to be working with middle to high school students, what I would do if the students asked an inappropriate question, right? If the students asked about sexual issues, or you can imagine students can ask a lot of inappropriate questions at that age, right? How I would diffuse the situation. Not something I'm terribly comfortable with talking about in public, right? Especially at the library, because there are people who are underage there as well, right? And it made me uncomfortable, and I felt very reluctant to answer, and I was constantly being aware of what's going on around me. I don't think I totally bombed out that interview, but a couple weeks later things were starting to slow down because of COVID anyhow. And I almost forgot about that until recently, that we're starting to reopen. I thought I might check up on them again. But it made me realize the importance of staying healthy, because the more time you give yourself being healthy, the more opportunities you can come across, right? If I stay healthy and continue working until I'm 80 or 90, I'm going to gain more wisdom along the way, with more mistakes, more successes, more obstacles. I learned what to do next time. Maybe I should have said that, I apologize, I didn't realize that our interview would touch on sensitive topics like that. I'm not really in a good place to talk about it. Why don't I call you back in 20 minutes, right? Had I said that, I'm pretty sure that the person conducting the interview would have understood. I would have had time to handle it. Next time I'll realize that maybe going to the library, even if it's a really comfortable chair, even if there's not a huge mess, I was living in a very small apartment, was probably not a good idea for that interview. I'll definitely know in the future what to do in a pandemic. Now looking back, there are certainly things I could have done better 3 months ago, 6 months ago, right? I'll probably live long enough to see another pandemic. I don't wish it on anyone, but the reality is I'll probably see another one in my lifetime. And it goes to show why it's so important to take your antioxidants and do the intermittent fasting and staying healthy, getting enough sleep, getting exercise, spending less time on the screen, and getting some physical activity. This past month I took up a number of sports. And now that I'm thinking about looking at that job again, it really highlighted the importance of staying healthy so that we can make more mistakes and learn from them, right? if I had an unhealthy lifestyle and I was only going to live to be 40 or 50, I might not be able to reuse this experience, right? Or the COVID-19 experience, right? Anyways, I thought I'd share that little bit of wisdom. Thanks for watching.